Libraries have changed because of technology. The most dramatic change, though, has been in the area of information resources. The information that used to be in print is now largely electronic. Libraries still have large legacy print collections, and those are of course used, but increasingly people are turning to electronic resources because of the currency of the information in them as well as the ease of access. It used to be that you had to come into the library to get your work done. Now the libraries are really wherever you happen to be. And we're also seeing a lot more activity taking place on mobile devices. So I think that'll be a continuing trend into the near future. Across CUNY, librarians are teaching a lot more about what we call information literacy skills. Several of our colleges have 4-credit courses in information literacy. Librarians are working a lot more collaboratively with classroom faculty to make sure that students are gaining the skills that they need. It's really important to keep in mind that while Google is a wonderful tool, not all of the information on Google is really that helpful for students trying to do their work. It's not necessarily authoritative. So students can get to a website and perhaps think that it's satisfying their information need, but really it may have misinformation on it. And more harmfully, it may also have disinformation on it. There are websites that purport to be about a particular topic, but in reality they're trying to sell something, a point of view perhaps, or a product or a service. And it's very important for students to be able to discern the quality of the information they're receiving. In the old print days, if you went into a library, you knew that anything in the library had been selected by a professional librarian. They had brought their years of experience and decided what material would best fit into the college's collection. Nowadays, the internet is the collection, and it's kind of like a wild, wild west out there where anything goes. And one of the challenges for librarians is to teach people how to evaluate sources, what to look for in terms of what makes an authoritative source, what to avoid. Also, we are trying to teach students how to use information in a way that is both legal and also ethical or moral. It's a challenge, of course, because students are under a lot of pressure and there are a lot of shortcuts that they could take, but we're trying to really imbue in them the kind of values where they have a respect for the work of others and they're able to make their own decisions and submit their own work. The whole information literacy movement is really taking off. CUNY has done a lot of work in this area. Probably most notably of late, we have now established a fully articulated set of learning objectives across the first 60 credits. So regardless of where a student is enrolled, the expectation is that he or she will have certain skills when they either graduate or move on to a different CUNY college. CUNY invests several $millions a year in licensing electronic resources across all of the disciplines. And we purchase these materials to support not only faculty research, but also the work of students in their classes. We have resources that go in depth into the sciences, into humanities, arts, social sciences, really across all of the disciplines. And these resources are from reputable publishers. They, more often than not, have been through a peer review process where experts in the field have reviewed every article that's in a particular database. And students have access to this wealth of material.